Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of DTF's Movie Review Monday.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. Now, Frankie is extremely excited to talk about today's movie.
Oh my goodness. I'm as excited as someone who just missed their plight.
So, today we're going to be going over the newly released Super Mario Brothers movie by Nintendo.
It was just released on April 5th.
Yes, so very newly released, and Frankie, for some God knows reason why, just like action movie and a lot of good genres, he does not like animated movies. Like, what's wrong with this guy?
I feel like you're judging me, especially with that last part.
I am 1,000%. Like, I get it. You could be picky, but what's wrong with you? You don't like any animated movies.
So my thing with animated films, I think I've just grown out of them. Like the last animated film I absolutely wanted to watch was Toy Story 3. And I was probably just out of high school when that happened. I was still, really, really young or something. A movie that I was made to watch but kind of enjoyed after that was Frozen. Then there was another movie, the actually most recent animated film I got to watch, was not my first choice at all. I was at a movie theater in Georgia, wanted to see something, and it was the next film showing. And I guess it was okay. I saw The Bad Guys.
Okay, by DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just that desire to watch an animated film is just no longer in me.
Yeah, so what Frankie's basically saying, he's too mature for all of us, He's big boy.
That's a compliment.
well, I, on the other hand, love animated films. I grew up, same thing, just like, live action with films. I just fell in love with how it was just all created, The idea of knowing that people are sitting behind a computer for hours and hours and hours, just putting a 13-second clip together is mind blowing. It's movie magic, It's a lot of work put into it, and I don't know. It's just another level of respect for cinema. I feel like.
I agree with you. There's definitely respect. There's definitely respect in the work that goes into making these things. Like, oh my goodness, especially before computers.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like, have you ever seen a 2D picture get made?
It's insane.
Like just drawing the same thing over and over and just making small differences to make the motion fluid.
Yeah.
It's definitely some respect to be given for the animators of film.
I agree 1,000% because I don't have the patience for that. I can't even draw for nothing. What? Come on, get out of here, man. I've been drawing the same stick figure since second grade, honestly, man. But the movie itself, let's talk about it. It has a great cast, and let's talk about the directors first. The directors, their name doesn't sound so familiar, but with the work that they have behind their career, is definitely familiar.
Yeah, the first thing that actually stood out to me was that there were so many directors, and I personally just figured that they had a director like that was in charge of the animation, and possibly another director that was in charge of the voice acting and whatnot. So there's definitely a lot of collaboration on this one. Some of the directors' names listed here are Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelinek, Peter Leduc, and the last name I got here is Fabian Polak.
Yeah, these names definitely does not ring a bell.
So, but like you mentioned, they do have some notable work, right? So two of these directors worked together on the Teen Titans cartoon series, as well as some of the just the other DC animated series.
Right.
And another pair of the directors that were listed worked exclusively in other Illumination projects like Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, The Grinch, and Sing.
And the Minions franchise as well, I see.
Yeah, exactly. So the collaboration, the reason they would collaborate, I think, is because of the titles behind their experience. You have people who have been working in animation for years and putting stories together with all those DC animated things, and then you just have another pair of directors who know exactly what Illumination is looking for.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree for sure. And that's probably gives a big reason as to how they also convinced, Nintendo to give them the rights to make this film. Like, hey, if you give us the rights to this film, we'll make sure we'll get the best people out there to make it happen. You know?
That's true. That is something that I brought up when we spoke about it previously. For
Yeah.
Illumination to be such a new animation company, to be trusted with the Mario IP.
Yeah, exactly. And I also heard some things that there's going to be like this Nintendo verse and all that stuff. Fans are creating, phase one and whatnot, bringing out Zelda and whatever, and then eventually ending up with the Super Smash Bros. How
Yeah.
all this people get together. They're trying, an Avenger thing, But it's very interesting though. I liked it a lot. You recently saw it. What do you think?
What do I think? I
Right.
think I tolerated that movie. I'll say this.
Okay.
I'll say this. It wasn't absolutely horrible, but I absolutely had to push myself to finish.
All right. I mean, I get that. For somebody that just doesn't like animated movies, I can see why you had to push yourself for it. I liked it a lot, especially the cast itself. The cast was, we mentioned this in a previous episode. The cast was just beautifully selected.
Yes, you got Jack Black as Bowser. You got Chris Pratt as Mario. You got Charlie Day as Luigi. And then we've got Michael Keegan Key as Toad.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the young lady's name again?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. Right. So a lot of like the title characters are great anyways. There are some other notable names who did some voice acting. Sebastian Maniscalco. He's a Italian comedian. He's very popular. He's got like a few Netflix specials.
Okay.
As well as Fred Armisen. Fred Armisen is a SNL vet. He played Donkey Kong's father, Cranky Kong.
Yeah, he's like the GOAT in improv.
Yeah, improv, voices, and characters
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and another notable one that I really want to bring up is Kevin Michael Richardson. You know who that is, right?
I do not know Kevin Michael Richardson, actually.
Really? Okay, well, man, I feel like I could drop names right now, but you wouldn't have watched any of these animated films. But to give you an idea, you've seen Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
Okay, he's Gantu.
The
big dude, yeah, he's Gantu. He's also the principal in American Dad. He's done a lot of work, honestly. He's also in Family Guy. He has this deep toned voice that clearly gives him a lot of work. If you go through his career, it's nonstop, page after page.
Yeah, I'm looking at this other voice actor here. His name is Carrie Payton. He was another voice in the Super Mario Brothers movie, and he actually has some notable work also. He does the voice for Cyborg in all of the Teen Titan versions there are, actually, like classic Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. He has some other notable voice work also. Hebert, I like that you brought up these voice actors because it's an animated film, and voice actors often don't get much credit because they aren't seen as often as, live acting people.
Right.
So I'm glad that you brought up the voice actors in this segment because, voice work is something that I'm not going to say is underappreciated, but it's not as celebrated as being in the limelight.
I definitely get that.
Like Kevin Michael Richardson has a total of over 400 projects he's been a part of.
I'm gonna stop you there for a second. He's got 585, so definitely a lot more than 400.
Yeah, so over 500 projects he's been a part of. Right, Karen Payton, the other one we brought up.
Yeah,
he's been in a ton of video games, which doesn't get recognition. Well, I'm not going to say it doesn't get as much recognition as like film, because if you're in that video gaming world, then of course video games are celebrated there. But video games definitely don't have the same regard that cinema does on people.
Yeah,
So he like I said, I'm just going to say again that I'm very glad you brought up mentioning the voice actors because voice acting is not as celebrated as live acting.
I agree. That's possibly one of the things we can agree on when it comes to this animation talk, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the film a little bit now.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So the Super Mario story, we already know it's Mario and Luigi trying to save Princess Peach yet again, being kidnapped by Bowser and whatnot. that's the whole story. And I honestly thought that's what we were going to see in this movie. I didn't really watch or read too much into it. I just automatically thought what it was going to be about, and I was wrong. This is not a saving Princess Peach movie, and as a matter of fact, instead of saving her, he's with Princess Peach, saving the world. As a matter of fact, Mushroom Kingdom and everything like that. Bowser's in love with Princess Peach. Like, what's up with that? I don't know if they ever mentioned that in the video game and all that stuff. We just know that he kidnaps the princess. So the fact that they implemented that storyline was pretty funny as well. We all know and love the music that he created in that film. A masterpiece is what Jack Black himself is calling it. But let's talk about exactly what went down. Brothers Mario and Luigi have recently started a plumbing business in Brooklyn. That was pretty interesting to know. They brought in the real world.
Yeah.
After seeing a major water main leak on the news, Mario and Luigi go underground to fix it, but are instead sucked into a warp pipe and separated. Mario lands in Mushroom Kingdom, ruled by Princess Peach, while Luigi goes into Darklands, ruled by Bowser. Bowser seeks to marry Peach and will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom using a superstar if she refuses. Can you believe that?
Oh my goodness, man.
He imprisons Luigi to threaten Mario, who he sees as a competition for Peach's love, and that was very just funny to watch. Just seeing him like, what? Like, do you think she likes him?
Yeah.
Was it impressive what he did? Mario and Peach teams up to fight back, and the whole adventure in this universe is just fun to watch, honestly. Seeing Mario learn how to use his abilities in the world and become the Super Mario we all know and love from the video games. And truthfully, Frankie, I just love that they included small details in the movie as well, such as like the blue turtle from the Mario Kart franchise. Are you familiar with the blue turtle?
No.
No. So there's, I think, like 12 racers, and whoever's in first place, they get the blue turtle in the sense that they get attacked by the blue turtle.
Oh.
Who gets the blue turtle? It's usually the last place or whatever. They get a blue turtle and they launch it, and the blue turtle just flies and just smacks the person in lead and just stops them. And so they end up being fifth, sixth place eventually. So that blue turtle just sucks to get.
Oh, was that was the part in the movie where the Rainbow Bridge collapsed, right?
Exactly. How the blue turtle came out, he goes, "No one gets away from me," because it's true. Like, whoever is in first place gets that blue turtle.
That's funny.
Yeah, they get smacked with it. So he goes, "Blue turtle," and then basically blew up the whole bridge and whatnot. So that was very interesting to see. I liked how they just included small things from video games to the movie itself,
Well, that's exactly what I would expect. Like, when I was watching it, I did notice a lot of things in the movie that they incorporated from the video games. There was a scene in the movie where they needed carts. And just like the video game, you can customize your cart.
Oh, yeah. That was
you
cool.
can choose what the body and the wheels and the color is. And there was a scene where you saw Mario and Peach making their own carts. There was this scene where a donkey or a monkey, a monkey.
A donkey.
Yeah. A monkey is driving a cart, and he eats a banana and throws it behind him, yeah. And someone behind him hits the banana and spills out and blows something up.
Right.
So it was definitely something I expected to see in the film. Things incorporated into it from the video games.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun to watch overall. I know you don't care for animated movies, but did you ever play the video games growing up?
I didn't play it myself. I'm familiar with them, but I didn't play much video games coming up.
That's right. I forgot. You're too mature for all of that. Come on, bro. You grew up in the time of video games and whatnot. You
I know the technology explosion, but no, I didn't play much video games at all. But this is what I'll say, man. I admit it was not an absolutely terrible film. Mm-hmm. I didn't connect with it at all. Mm-hmm. There was a thing about bringing the real world into it. Like I said, I'm familiar with the games, but I didn't play it myself. But anything I've seen in the games, Mario was always in this magical land.
Right.
Nothing took place in Brooklyn. Nothing took place in anything that we were familiar with. So there was a disconnect there for me. There is a character in the film who is portrayed as Mario's father. And Mario's father in this movie is disappointed. But in the video games, there's no show of Mario having any family outside of Luigi. So I was just so mind boggled with some of the things that they put in this film.
Yeah,
You
I get
know,
that.
like I've got too many questions to be invested in the film.
Right, right. Okay, well, let's take it back a bit. You know, it's a kids movie. No, I was messing with you, but no, absolutely, I get what you mean. There was just something that was like, wait, what? I don't remember this, or this doesn't make sense. But again, it's a movie, so I'm pretty sure they had to just throw in extra things to make it seem interesting and I guess quote unquote relatable.
You're absolutely right about that. And one thing that really, really made me upset about this movie is exactly that Mario's father being disappointed
Yeah.
storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Mario gets sucked into the world where the Mushroom Kingdom is, and you don't see his father the rest of the time, and makes another statement towards the end of the film, and that's the storyline.
Well, I didn't write it. What do you want me to say?
What I want you to admit is that this is like an action movie, but made for kids. Just a very, very lame story, and just marketed to children so they can come out and watch it. Let me tell you, I'm saying it again. Not an incredibly bad film, right? Not an incredibly terrible film. I would wait for it to start streaming somewhere.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, no. When I watched that in theaters, I was enjoying it from beginning to end. But then again, you know, I grew up with animated films. I grew up with Disney and this and that, DreamWorks, and whatnot. So I just liked it overall. I'm really glad that Illumination picked it up and delivered a great film. Not just for kids, but for family in general. Because again, this is not just an animated movie for kids, but this is a character that a lot of people grew up with. You know, people even past my age. You know, so to be able to see it on the big screen, a lot of people liked it. And on top of that, the jokes. You know, we discussed this earlier. The jokes in there are written by adults, so there are some adult jokes in there that can be funny for adults. You know.
Mm. I got to be honest. It's something I don't like about this. There's another thing I don't like about animated films. Right? Animated films are marketed towards children, but like you said, they are just riddled with adult jokes because the parents are spending the money and they got to sit in those theaters with the kids. But this is marketed as a children's movie.
Yeah.
I don't like when animated films do that.
Right. You should write a letter. Send it to Illumination. Hey, stop it.
What I'll add one more thing, and this is going to be my last opinion on the film, is that Bowser has a love song for Princess Peach,
Yes.
and it gets interrupted. The segment of song that he started singing was easily the best part of the film. I wish I could finish hearing that song.
When the vocals came out, right?
Yeah, man. The vocals, the words he was saying, like it was funny. Like it's a children's movie,
Yes.
right? He is expressing his love for Princess Peach the way a child would, a crush in a classroom.
Okay.
It was
Wow.
written very well. The music was good. Those vocals were coming in. I wish that song were able to be finished.
Dude,
That is the best part of the movie.
that was an amazing way to explain it. Because imagine now, kids nowadays being as funny as they are, they're probably gonna start using that towards the crush. You know, like there's gonna Mary, you're so cool and whatnot. So they're definitely gonna use that. It's really cool.
Herb, what would you rate the film?
Let's see. I'm gonna give it a good 8.5.
Okay,
Yeah. What about you? Let's hear it.
2.
A t-
2 out of 10.
a two.
All right.
2 out of what?
No, 2 out of 10. So here we go. Like I said, it's not an incredibly bad film. I just don't like animated movies. I'll give it a 7 or 8.
Okay.
I
I feel like I believe you're 7 more.
Yeah.
I believe you're 7 more when you say that.
I'll lean towards the
Okay.
7.
All right.
I just don't have the taste for animated films.
So it's official. Our ratings for Super Mario Brothers. Herb says 8.5.
Frankie says 7.
Well, there you have it. The Super Mario Brothers movie came out on April 5th.
Yes.
Newly released. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to make a whole franchise about it. I thought they did great with this one. If they just stop it here, I think they did a great job. But I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with more.
I'm positive. That's the goal of every movie studio. If they can keep milking that cow, they will.
Absolutely. So that was today's segment of our Movie Review Monday. If you are listening on Spotify, you can leave a comment right there below and let us know what you think of the movie itself. Don't forget to visit us on Twitter and Instagram at Discuss the Film to leave your suggestions for our next movie review Monday. We'll get to it as soon as possible.
Also, remember, you can catch us on several platforms. We're being listened to on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Catch us any of those places. My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. We'll talk to you again soon.